How do you choose a competitive strategy within a firm, or how do you develop a competitive strategy through the formal planning process? Well, the formal planning process generally begins with an internal analysis, identifying the strengths, weaknesses that exist, any internal threats or opportunities that you might be able to take advantage of internally, and then identifying what are your core competencies and how you can use those to create value. You also do an external analysis where you're looking at the external environment, such as the political, economic, social, technological, environmental, or legal challenges or factors that might be out there in the environment. You'll do an analysis of the competitive forces, primarily using tools such as Porter's 5 Forces, where you're looking at substitute products, competitor, supplier, buyer power, and then just simply the level of competitiveness among the other firms in the competitive industry. Now, once you have a good understanding of your internal strengths, abilities, weaknesses, etc., and a good understanding of the external environment, that's when you can go about choosing a strategy that will allow you to take advantage of your core competencies and to exploit any opportunities that exist. Generally, Michael Porter gave us the generic strategies for differentiation and cost structure advantages, or doing so in a focus market, either differentiation or cost focus, to give rise to some level of competitive advantage. So this is the formalized approach you will take. Now, the important thing to remember is that you have to choose a strategy that has the following characteristics. One, that it's within your business's current or potentially capable strengths and abilities. Okay, needs to minimize any identified weakness, needs to capitalize upon any market opportunities, and it needs to avoid the threats that exist. So this internal and external analysis you're going through these SWOT factors to make certain that your competitive approach meets with your abilities. Now, what are some of the other characteristics of an effective strategy? Well, it needs to reduce the supplier power, needs to reduce consumer power on the other side, such that any suppliers to the firm have less power than they would have otherwise had before implementing the strategy. Same with consumers, that is, their buying power is reduced. The organization has more control over how they set prices. It avoids the threats present from substitutions, and it raises other barriers to entry, the difficulty that it is for other competitors to jump into the industry and compete with you. And it seeks to, in the existing market with existing competitors, seek some means or method to outpace or outmaneuver those existing competitors. So you can see how the SWOT analysis and Porter's 5 Forces are kind of guiding metrics that show you what a strategy needs to encompass. So if you keep these factors in mind when choosing or developing a competitive strategy, you will understand what to look for in the strategy and its potential to effectuate change or reach the objectives of or goals of the organization.